Thanks for choosing the Carolina Chamber Export Assistance Center. This video will talk you through how to create a certificate of origin online using the essCert software. We'll want to log in, which you can access the login page from chamberexport.com by selecting login. This is the login page of essCert.com, which is essCert.com/log-in. You can bookmark this page to get here quickly in the future. Go ahead and put in your username and then enter your password. If you don't remember your password or need a little help, just scroll down and click the Forgot Password link, and that will send you an email with those login details. Once you have it, go ahead and click Login. And here in essCert, this will land us on our dashboard. We'll choose Active Applications. There, we're going to be able to apply for a new document. You have the option of creating an online application, which is what we're going to talk through in this video, or you can upload a completed PDF if you have your own format. We will talk through that in another video, but we do recommend creating the online application here for a certificate of origin. I want to show you quickly before we proceed what the final format looks like. This is the final product of a document created within the essCert portal. It does give an extra measure of authentication with its own unique identification code that can be verified by a customs agent in any port around the world. As they are looking at your physical document in front of them, they can go online and verify that it is in fact the same document that was certified by the Chamber of Commerce. And they go to certificateoforigin.com, put in this code, they will find that document and be able to match it up. As we do look a little closer here, you'll see the numbered boxes that are throughout this document. It will correspond to the form that we're going to fill out and put this information into in order to populate this document. Then it is signed and certified, and you'll receive this back as a PDF to be printed. There is another option we'll talk through in just a moment. If you need that to have an embossed seal and wet ink on it, there is an option for that as well. So we'll talk about that in just a moment. Let's proceed here by clicking Apply under Certificate of Origin. The first thing it's going to allow you to do is upload your commercial invoice. You're going to use the green button in order to do that. You can upload it just for reference purposes, or if you need it to be certified by the Chamber, you'll want to upload and then check this box. That box is essential for us to be able to certify that document for you. If you have other documents that also need to be uploaded, whether just for reference or for certification, you can choose Select Files here. Tell us what type of document that is, maybe your bill of lading or your packing list. And then be sure, if it does need to be certified, that you check that box again. We're going to scroll on down and we'll find box 1 to begin populating that Unidoc format of the Certificate of Origin. The consignor is going to be the exporter. So this is likely going to be your company. If it is not already in this drop-down list, you'll choose Add New Exporter and fill in this form quickly. If it is the same information you registered with, you can just check this box and it will auto-populate your company information for you. If you need to alter that just a bit, you can go ahead and type that into the box and click Submit. Then once added, it will appear in this drop-down each time going forward. The next required drop-down is the type of product, and this is just the general description of your product. This is for internal purposes only. It's not going to appear on your document anywhere. The number range corresponds to the first 2 numbers of your HS code. If you know that HS code, then that'll be a quick, easy selection for you. If you don't know it, then you can just choose based on the description here in the list what best fits the product for you. If you need more information, just Google HS code, and that will give you a few different websites where you can determine what your HS code might be. Box 2 is your consignee, or the customer on the other end receiving these products. Again, if they are not in the list, go ahead and choose Add New Consignee. You'll fill out that form, and then going forward, it will appear in this list for a quick, easy selection for you. Box 3 is going to be the selection of your country of origin. Whether you have just one country of origin or you have products that have different origins in the shipment, you can choose multiple countries just by holding down the Control key and selecting those other countries. Be sure to hit select at the bottom so it will populate into the document. If you need to go back and change that, realize actually it's just going to be of Canadian origin in the shipment, then choose just that one and it will change. Choose select again and it will update that in the document for you. Box 4 is your transportation details. This is not required for the production of this document, but if you have the information, we always encourage you to include it, as the more information, the better. You can choose whether that's going by air or by sea or some other method, and put that, it will populate that for you. If you have the specifics, maybe an airway bill number, you can put that in the document. If you have the ports of departure and arrival, you can put that information in here as well. Box 5 is uncommonly used. It is really just a space if you need to make a note on this document, whether maybe the shipment is particularly fragile or it contains hazardous materials. These are remarks that you can put that will appear just in the remarks box on your document. Again, not required and not frequently used, but it is there for you. The repetitive text box is a helpful way if you are exporting the same product over and over and over again. You can put the description, you can put information in here, and when you choose that repetitive text and hit select, it will populate it into box 6, which is going to be where the description of your goods will be. You'll list the quantity, any product numbers, and then any packaging that it would be in. So they would know that this is product 1476, and it is hula hoop decorations for the purpose of this company. And they are going to come in 3 boxes, and any other description that may be included in your commercial invoice, you can include that here as well. So do be detailed. You can add as many lines as necessary to cover all of your products so that it will mirror whatever is in your commercial invoice and your packing slip, just to know the exact product arriving in that port. Once you have that box 6 completed, and again, you can go as long as that needs to go to accommodate, you're going to go over to box 7, which is going to be the quantity and gross weight. So if you know, well, it could be gross or net weight, so you'll indicate that. You can use the insert weight tool if you want to break that down specifically into these boxes. Do be sure to include the unit of measure, whether that is kilograms, whether it's pounds, whether it's metric tons, whatever that may be. Be sure to include the unit of measure. If you prefer just type in a blank box, you can take that insert weight tool away, and we'll say that it is going to be in 2 crates with a gross weight of 42 kilograms. Once you have all of the required boxes filled here, you're going to scroll back up to the top. Pause here. There's an exporter reference number that is required. This is whatever the internal number that you use to identify this unique shipment. Sometimes it may be an invoice number, sometimes it's a PO number, or companies have their own reference system. Whatever is unique to this shipment, you'll want to input that number here. So in this case, we'll say a PO of 6823, and then we're going to scroll on up a bit further. Here, the orange buttons are your action buttons. You can save this and continue working on it now. If you save draft, it will save it and close it and keep that in your active applications for you to come back to later. If you decide, oh, this actually isn't going through, you can delete it altogether. But once you're ready, you're going to click submit. You will see these invoice details down below. That is for internal purposes only. You are welcome to fill that in, but not required. Again, the comments box here in special instructions is internal only, but this allows you to put any note for our staff to see with regard to processing. If there's a certain time frame you need it back, or there is a specific way that you would like for us to review it, or to handle that, or to send a document to you, whatever that may be, this is a way that you can communicate with our staff here by using the comments or special instructions. That finalizes your document. We're going to click Submit. Your next option is going to be how you receive that. I mentioned earlier that you would receive the document back as a PDF and you'll print that on a color printer. That's going to be under the DIY option. 98% of documents that are produced, that is how it is returned back to you, that you're then able to print out the original and send that with your shipment. There is the option of the full service chamber prints, which means that we would print the document in-house. We would put an embossed seal on the paper itself and sign it with wet ink. It's rare, but there are some importers that would prefer this method, and we're happy to do that. There is an additional fee. What we're looking at on the fees here are the non-member price. So the non-member price is $75 for the certificate of origin, and then additional $25 for any attachments certified after that. There is an additional $25 fee here that is for the chamber prints option that covers the shipping via postal service, priority mail. But again, most frequently that is done via the DIY. Chamber members receive discounted pricing if you are a member of one of our partner chambers of the Chamber Export Assistance Center, and you can see those partner chambers at chamberexport.com. So click the DIY option. It'll then take you to payment, which is the final step before submitting your document. You'll put the payment details in here. You do have the option to save that card for future use. If you have multiple staff members who may be submitting documents, then this can really save time as well, that if it's all being charged to the same card, you'll just put it in one time and it will be there for you in the future to choose. Then you'll choose Submit, and that will instantaneously send your document to us for approval. We do return documents on average within the hour. We guarantee a 24-hour business day turnaround. If you find yourself in a pinch and you need that really quickly, please call us, contact us, and let us know, and we can turn that around for you quickly. If we do notice an issue with your document and need you to make an update, we may reject that back to you, and it will appear again in your active applications for you to amend and then submit again. When you do submit again, it does ask for payment information again. Please know that you are only going to be charged when the document is finally approved. So there's just one fee at the time of approval of your document. So no matter how many times we go back and forth and how many times you may need to put your billing information in, it's only going to charge you once the document is finally approved. So you'll choose Submit, and that will come to us in the active applications. Once we approve it, it will appear back in your active applications and be ready for you to print. If you've requested us to print it and send it to you via hard copy, the chamber prints method, then you'll be able to see the status of it here as well. You can go back and access any documents that you've created within the system, or that we have certified, or even that you've started in your archive. So this is a quick, easy way for you to find any documents you have done previously. And recall those. Even if you need to print them again, you've got the option to do that here as well. If you have any questions for us, feel free to contact the Chamber Export Assistance Center at chamberexport.com. You can find our phone number and email address. Thanks so much for choosing Carolina Chamber Export Assistance Center. Have a wonderful day.